What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And you know, some dealers are just inherently stupid. I saw this story where a Coast Guard officer was arrested. And how it just was such a royal screw up. So I saw this video, and we'll get into it when we get back here in a second. But police conducted a felony stop on a reported stolen vehicle. A U.S. Coast Guard officer purchased a brand new truck at Doral Volkswagen, and apparently an employee at the dealership registered the wrong truck. They registered a 1500 Chevy instead of a GMC AT4X. And then they reported that AT4 stolen. Now Doral Volkswagen, rightfully so, is being sued for at least $50,000. We're going to get into all of that and more right after this. Quick break, guys. You've heard me talk about Exter wallets before. They're all about smart, durable design. You see me using this thing all the time. Now Exter is actually leveling up, taking that same smart design that we get in the wallets into travel gear with the new travel vacuum pack. It's been a game changer for some of my trips, especially the recent one I just did, the Roadkill Nights. First off, the bags can actually triple your storage. I'm talking 15 items compressed down, saving up to 60% space in any travel bag. That means no more paying for those extra baggage fees or dragging an oversized carry-on. I mean, it's a game changer. With the included air pump, you can compress anywhere. It's USC rechargeable, 20 uses per charge, and works fast. Clothes stay sealed tight, fresh and protected. No weirdo smells, no spills, totally waterproof. And the bags themselves, they're tough. Anti-rip nylon, airtight zippers, modular design so they fit in any bag. Honestly, they even double as laundry bags which are on their trip, which is huge for me because I usually have to get the ones from the hotel. They're a pain. But it makes life way easier when I'm traveling. Once you pack with these, you really can't go back to shoving stuff into cubes and hoping for the best. Exter is running a Labor Day sale up to 48% off site-wide through September 16th. And if you use my code TK's Garage at checkout, you'll stack another 10% off on top. Just hit the link in the description or scan the QR code that is on screen. Pack more, stress less. And major thanks to Exter for sponsoring today's video. So you have to be another next level of stupid. I almost don't want to use the R word here because I feel like retarded doesn't fit them. Retarded is another level up from where these jackasses are. So, I reached out, by the way, to the dealership just to get an official comment to see what they may have had to say about the situation. And they were basically I guess the assistant general manager was like, yeah, TK, we know who you are. We don't give a shit what you report. Great. So I want to make sure nobody, no veterans, no active duty military personnel, or the general public mess with your dealership, or the entire group if there's more than just Doral Volkswagen. See, for me, the paperwork isn't that difficult. Yes, I know. I just went over my purchase contract on my recent BMW. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I bought another M5. So, going over those pages, it's like 58 pages, right? Including my maintenance contract and all the other stuff that goes in there. 50 something pages. But it's not difficult, right? Especially dealerships, by the way, especially these ones that are, part of larger groups. They use, CDK or different software that makes the process of doing a purchase contract fairly simple. Now, I don't know. I feel like this Coast Guard officer is 100% in the right, but I want you to see the video so you can see where this guy went through. When you're, I believe it said he's been in the Coast Guard for 27 plus years as a Coast Guard officer. That's not an enlisted guy. That's not somebody that works at Homeland Security, because that's another thing in the Coast Guard where it's like military, not military. It's weird. This is somebody that has honorably served the country for over 20 plus years and then had to get put into handcuffs and taken down to the police station to have conversations with detectives about a truck that he legally purchased. And they effed up. They should pay the truck off and say, we're sorry. But they didn't offer that. So now the Coast Guard officer rightfully is suing. This is embarrassing. And believe it or not, even though he didn't do anything wrong, could it affect his advancement possibly in the Coast Guard to get, advanced rank? Could, even though he did nothing wrong, just seeing it there, they could pass that guy up, screw up his entire career. Let me roll this video clip and then we'll come back and discuss.
Detained, pending an investigation, so you're not arrested. They're going to come over here, they're going to talk to you, they're going to tell you everything that's going on. So that you can understand, because I know you're confused right now.
Yeah.
So they'll come over here and they'll explain everything to you.
Yeah, whatever you guys need. I have read the statement of my rights and I understand what my rights are. I will not make a statement or answer questions.
Okay, so now you get to make the determination which one you want to pick. You can, invoke your rights, or you can check on the box that says that you wish to speak with us.
I'll talk, 'cause I have no idea why we're here.
So then just check off the box. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's about your car, okay? What I want to know is how you got the car, when you got the car, by what means. Just give me the rundown. You went to Doral Volkswagen with the intention...
Oh, to purchase a new vehicle.
Okay, and then what happened after that?
Very quick on the deal. We agreed on a price.
Any documents were given?
Yeah. Okay.
You have the sales documents?
In my house, yeah.
They're at your house?
Mm-hmm.
And the sales documents have everything for the truck?
Everything, yeah.
The reason why you're in this position, okay? So the vehicle was reported stolen out of the dealership, okay? It could be a miscommunication on their end, because it was Doral Volkswagen that basically reported it as stolen.
Yeah.
Were you given both sets of keys?
Only one key.
Only one key.
Yes.
Payments, you haven't paid the truck? You haven't paid for anything yet?
So I paid the $15,000 cash that is paid for my down payment.
Okay.
And I just got my notification today that it's on my phone. I can show you on the text message that my payments are getting ready to start.
So the tag that was on your truck, right, comes back to a Chevy pickup, okay? And that Chevy pickup's under your name.
Should be that Chevy pickup, or that GMC pickup.
No. So the tag that's attached to the truck now, when we run that tag, it comes back to a Chevy pickup under your name.
What?
Yeah.
I can promise you guys, I ain't trying to steal anything. I have no idea what happened, but it's not me trying to steal a truck.
It sounds like they messed up.
Yeah. They basically, is this your phone or his phone?
That's his phone. Okay. And then if you swipe to the Carfax, it comes back to the 1500.
Yeah.
It is a 1500.
Yeah, but it's like a diesel, like lower model. Because that's a AT4. This is coming back to.
Hey, that's an AT4X, man.
My bad.
So yeah, it seems like once
So we can smile a little bit about.
So you can see in the video clip, it becomes pretty clear that the police know at this point, crap, we screwed up. Like, or we didn't screw up, the dealership screwed up. The guy has text messages from the bank saying when his next payment's going to be, which, by the way, I get the same thing for mine from my company that purchased my recent BMW, right? So the bank, and in this case, USAA, will send you a text message to be like, hey, your first payment is due, account number, blah, 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 blah. And you can sign in and be able to see what your balance is. He had all of that, okay? The tag on his truck was coming back to a Chevy 1500, like a regular, I don't want to say a food stamp truck, but a food stamp Chevy, all right? A food stamp 1500 compared to a GMC AT4X, okay? There's a big difference. And it could have been as simple, and let me let you know how I know. If you guys remember when I bought the, what was it, the 2014 Ram, right? The Laramie Longhorn, the white one that we got lifted. When I bought that truck, the dealership I bought it from actually wrote me a tag for a different truck, which I did also look at, which was that fake Bumblebee or fake Rumblebee truck, which wasn't real. It was like bullshit or whatever with the fake shaker hood and all the other crap. Anyways, they put that paper tag on my truck, and I had a very cool state trooper that I had to deal with in Nevada. I was coming home at night. He pulled me over, and he was just like, yeah, he said, this temporary registration doesn't come back to this truck. I was like, well, here's my purchase contract for the truck. And he goes, yeah. He goes, did you look at another truck? And when he told me the color was yellow, I was like, sure did. And I had the video. And he goes, yeah, they just screwed up. He's like, you got to go back to the dealer and get that fixed tomorrow. Granted, the Laramie Longhorn wasn't reported stolen in the event of this guy's case, but if you have an officer that wants to be a stickler or a dick, yeah, they could book you for that. Needless to say, this is a prime example for you general managers out there that work at these dealerships to be on top of your people's shit. Meaning, make sure that the VIN numbers match up on the contracts. How that got through and you sent paperwork to the DMV for a Chevy 1500 when you have a purchase contract. On the purchase contract, it says GMC AT4X. So his purchase contract, the bank, which has a lien on that truck, and he had like 15,000 down, they all agree that it was a GMC AT4X. How the F does the dealer register a 1500 Chevy? I don't know. I don't know. This is like somebody registering, I don't know, a BMW 528 when you purchased a BMW M5. Not the same car. Sorry. Needless to say, I think Doral, if they were smart, Doral Volkswagen would settle. But as we know with most of these car dealerships in South Florida, and being that I lived there before I moved here, they're a bunch of scumbags, unfortunately. Outside of, maybe Brahmins or whatever, BMW, and maybe I'm biased. And maybe one or two Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealerships that I deal with down there. The majority of the dealerships down there are regularly in the news for fraud, money laundering, scamming. Is that what Doral Volkswagen's doing? I don't know. Maybe it was an honest mistake and they screwed up, but if it was an honest mistake, they should friggin' own it and take care of this Coast Guard officer that they just jeopardized his career over some BS. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.